Army officers have appeared on national television in Gabon, claiming they've taken power. Gabon, a former French colony, is located on the west coast of Central Africa. The army officers said they were annulling the results of Saturday's election that had returned President Ali Bongo to power. Gunfire has been reported in the capital Libreville. The group behind what appears to be a coup says the borders are currently closed, and they also claim to have the support of the armed forces. This comes after the Electoral Commission said President Bongo had won just under 2/3 of the votes in an election the opposition argued was fraudulent. Concerns over delays in returning the election results led to an internet shutdown and a nighttime curfew by the government that was still in place as of Monday. Mr. Bongo came to power when his father Omar died in 2009. If he has been overthrown, it would end his family's 53-year hold on power in Gabon. Well, let's go live now to Will Ross in Nairobi. Will, there are lots of claims being made there, but how much do we know about what is actually happening on the ground?
Well, as you say, there has been some gunfire in the capital, Libreville, which suggests it's not kind of a done and dusted coup that was quick and finished. But there was this extraordinary appearance on state TV, this video with about 12 members of the armed forces. They've now said they've set up the Committee for the Transition and Restoration of Institutions, which is the kind of title that military men give to themselves when they've seized power. They seem to be from a fairly broad range of the armed forces, which might suggest this military action has broad support within the armed forces, but not clear if it's over yet. We don't know where President Ali Bongo is at the moment. As you said in the introduction, he'd only just been declared the winner of this election, which the opposition and observers have really dismissed as a bit of a sham. The President Ali Bongo was given over 60%, 64% of the votes. The opposition man, Albert Ondo Ossa, got 30%, but he was only chosen as the candidate just over a week before the polls opened. The rules of the election had changed. The ballot papers, the way the voting was done, was changed very late on. But perhaps these military men who have seized power, perhaps they've just had enough of the Bongo family that have been in power since 1967. First of all, Omar Bongo for over 4 decades. He then dies and Ali Bongo steps into his place. And even back in 2018, when the president, Ali Bongo, had a stroke, he was completely out of action and wasn't seen for over 9 months, I think 10 months in total, but didn't step down and then came back to power. And then there's been this disputed election, and previous elections have also been disputed, resulting in protests by the opposition and protesters being gunned down. But we have to wait and see whether this is a completed coup or whether it's still kind of in progress, and whether there will be any resistance from other elements of the armed forces.
Well, yes, Will, that brings me on to the next point, which is what can we expect might happen next? Because, as we said earlier, there was an internet shutdown that was put in place and a nighttime curfew as well. What is the situation likely to develop into?
Well, yes, that internet shutdown makes it very difficult for us to get through to people in Gabon. But I mean, if it sticks, this coup, they've already said they've shut the borders. Then presumably we'll find out where President Bongo is being held. But I suppose for the wider African continent, you know, this is coming hot on the heels of the coup in Niger, which is still causing, you know, a lot of political turbulence. The African Union will be perhaps not completely surprised by this, because it just seems that there's this pattern in West and Central Africa, across the Sahel countries before this one in Gabon, where disgruntled military officers seem to just think that they can seize power and lock up the president and then do as they please. What tends to happen after that is the African Union or other regional bodies issue a lot of criticism, perhaps even suspend that country, but then negotiations start for when there'll be a return to civilian rule. But we'll see if this coup is over or still in progress.
Will, thanks for bringing us the latest on that developing situation. That's our correspondent Will Ross in Nairobi.